Alright, we're back again. Welcome to another video. I've got my cats in the corner of my arg, absolutely bonkers. Settle down. Off he goes. Anyway, yeah, I hope you're well. I haven't really posted much because there hasn't been much to post about for me personally. I mean, everyone's already talking about new set stuff, etc., etc. But I did go to EUIC. As you can see here, I didn't do as well as I would have liked to, of course. I played a pretty standard sort of turbo lost box build. Had a bit of a mental breakdown. Had a bit of a mental breakdown the night before about what to play. I just didn't have that one deck that was sticking for me. I was going to go in maybe Lost Box, Lugia, DT Mew, or Dialga. Yeah, I really like the Dialga. Massive blow up with the Magnezone deck, but in the end, I went with this after much consideration, and here we are. So I actually ended up with one win, 4 ties, and 2 losses. Some of these players here have had some notable positions in their tournament career. So particularly some of the wins here. The match I had against Harrison Dye, I've actually got his player profile up here. You can see he's got 46, 48, 73rd, 94, 16th, NEIC 2022 Columbus. So pretty good player. Pretty good player. He's got some big tournaments places under his belt. Played pretty much a mirror in that one, and he won like literally the last turn of the game. So we'd gone to time 1, 2, 3. He won on the turn 3. Congrats to him. It was very well done. Of course, no hard feelings or anything like that. Yeah, all my players that I played against, absolutely fantastic people. You might notice here Michael Ellis, who is a caster, so he does do commentary. Great to play against him. It was a cool game. It was a fun game. DTMU did not see the Echo Horn cross switcher play coming in the first game, which is unfortunate. So I ended up tying because I won the second game, and then time came, and that was really for me the biggest takeaway for myself to learn as a player. Not only that I need to actually have a deck beforehand, but also that I really need to be more conscious of the best of 350-minute format, which is not something that I really considered, not something that we practice very much. But overall, we met some fantastic people. There were 6 of us from Team Exeter that went. One of our members, very proud to say, did make day 2, so congratulations to Mark for making day 2. I won't embarrass him too much for going any deeper than that, but yeah, played the DT Mew very well. Made day 2, which was his goal, so he was elated. It was brilliant. Rest of us need to pick up the slack, it's afraid to say. It was also great to see players from the past who I'm sure I'm always arguing on about it, that I used to play back in my day. So yeah, I managed to catch up with a few players: Sammy Zakum, Nitish Dulab, Carl Blake, just to name a few. Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic to see them again. Crazy to see that they're still plugging away at it after all this time. It's refreshing. It was fun. EYC overall was a brilliant event. It was very well done. I would say that's sort of props. A couple of slops really. I was unfortunate. One of our other players, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to name his names, but he seemed to have got all the crap that our group could have possibly got just on him. And it's so sad because he's such a nice person. Game 1, he played against someone who he was playing Gardevoir, and when they flipped over, the opponent, from allegedly I should say, kind of essentially mocked him and his deck choice. It's like, oh, Gardevoir, that's cute, things like that. Yeah, so that's not very fun for him. He also had a little issue with a judge. From what I can remember off the top of my head, he pulled a judge card. Hadn't said he was going to play it, but the opponent sort of assumed that he was going to play it and started to put the hand on top of the deck. When a real judge, was called over because obviously the hand was on top of the deck, he himself got a warning. What for? You know, he didn't actually do anything, so it's kind of silly. And then after that, the player, and I mean, this is really disgusting, really. The player used that to strong arm him. There was another situation where he should have called a judge, and the other player was like, "Well, you've already got a warning of a judge. You want to risk another one?" Which, yeah, like I'm saying it, I'm sure people are just like, "What? Really? That's crazy." Yeah, like the sort of the depth people will go in a Pokemon card competition. You got to remember, like, he didn't have a good tournament run, so it's not like this was a top table issue. This is sort of down the bottom where, unfortunately, it was clear that they were not going to be pushing for that day two. That you know, he probably wasn't going to get the points to push that day two. So it's just like it's even more pointless. It's even more ridiculous and pointless that you would um, be so just behave in such a disgusting way. But yeah, I would say other potential slops is that the players. I noticed that the players that did well didn't really get an opportunity to go into the Pokemon Center because, of course, this is something you may or may not know. I'm just going to pull this out now. So there was some exclusive on the day only merchandise. I like this hat. This is one I bought. The big ones is the playmat, which is in its bag here. There's some other stuff. Let's have a look. Yep, so the event deck box, the 2 for a deck box, and there's also sleeve. Oh, there's this. No, there's a sleeve. Oh, well, I got a unique pin badge. You're just anyway. I digress. Things like that. Now, unfortunately, for Mark, he wasn't. I mean, I don't think he was that bothered, but he wasn't able to take advantage of these lovely items because they were just all flew off the shelves. It was really sad, actually. I went my first time in the Pokemon Center. I did go in there twice. The second time I didn't really. I bought like a dice bag. It's like Sunday killing time, kicking about. The first time I went in there, this guy was in there near where the playmats and stuff were, which is a 1 item per customer. It makes sense, right? And there were those pin badges actually, and other things like that. And I was looking, and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's this? What's this?" And he turns to me, and he was like, and I was like, "Oh, it's a pin badge." And he turned to me, he was like, "Yeah, and they're limitless, as in you could buy as many as you like." I just thought, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I mean, are we not past that point? Are we not past that point now where people are just like, "Oh, give me all that stuff so I can sell it on eBay for triple the price"? Can we just get over that? Can we move past that and stop doing that? Is that a thing we can do? Because I can almost guarantee you that people will be doing that, moving in with the things like the playmats, right? And it's really sad. It's really sad. It's really unfortunate. I really hope that. Yeah, I really hope that we can move through that. I wish that all the players that made day two had the opportunity to get the exclusive playmats and deck boxes, etc., which I don't think they got the opportunity to, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's sort of the slops. Back to some more props. It was great to see side events there. Some interesting side events. I got to play in GLC. I went 2-1, lost on a coin flip against a control colorless deck. Sort of tend to avoid playing against control because it's pretty boring, but I actually quite enjoyed the game. I played fire, so sort of the usual stuff, Charizard and the Heat More to do the 90 and 180 to the bench. Really good deck. It ran really well. First time I played it properly. Actually, it's my first GLC tournament thing about it. So I actually have grass, fire, lightning, water, and dragon. And they're pretty much up to date. Not really much. I don't think much has really changed in GLC. You know, like rain dance is rain dance. So I had to pick of the bunch as to what I wanted to play, and I chose fire. It ran really well in some friendlies that I had with friends beforehand, and I was really, really, really happy with it. Game one went going second against a Steelix Rage revenge fighting deck. I got the turn one Ho-Oh, Celebration Ho-Oh with 3 fire engine hand and a welder. So, what more can you ask for? I got the turn one Donk, but he had more basics. But I managed to hit 2 prizes in 2 turns, going second with my first turn. It was very, very would have been very difficult for that opponent to pull that back, unfortunately. But is what it is. Yeah. So it was overall really, 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 really good. I was kind of sad to see that all of the side events costed money. Now, with the side events, you did get this sort of in-house currency, if you like, these little point cards, and you would trade that in to get stuff, which is really cool. It's just unfortunate, like the raid battle, which seemed really fun. I watched some of my friends playing it. It involved like a V union, and I think maybe you can do it with other stuff. And the idea was that every 40 damage you do moves one of their energy cards as an HP to the lost zone. It had its own deck and stuff, and it was really cool because after we'd seen it, we were strategizing, right, how could we get the most amount of damage out in a raid battle in one turn? And we're like, right, if we played a Dialga, and if we played 3 Lugia, and we could go we could all, like, the Tyranitar could hit the single strike 3 times each. Yeah, 3 of them, because it's 4v1, so each 3 Lugia players hit a T-Tar. They do their 320 each, and I do Dialga V-Star's attack to have another turn you could hit again. It's like, oh my god, we can do like 6,000 damage, which is crazy. And then I found out that it's £4 each per person. I was like, okay, is there nothing that we can do here that's free? And actually the answer is no. And when I went to the World Championships in 2010, you could. There was loads of stuff to do for free. It was literally like play a game, go up to this counter, get given a I don't think you. Oh yeah, did you even have to get given it? I don't think you even have to get given anything. You just go up and be like, "We played," and then there's like tens of thousands of cards in bulk. It's just like, here you go, getting free stuff. So it's not great, it's not great, but it's nice to have something to do for free as well. Because it seemed like everywhere you turn, it's in the XL arena, so everywhere there was to eat, it was just egregiously expensive because it's inside the event hall and all that. And it's just like, oh my god, everything here is just costing silly money. It's a bit unfortunate. It's a bit of a small gripe, really. It was overall a really great weekend. Got to watch some games live, of course, and one of the ones that we did watch has been mentioned here by CCG Benji Fam. Yeah, long story short, because it was a long game as well, I went to time. The Guja player, it was coming up close to time, about the 1-2-3, and the Guja player was, essentially just sat there and did nothing. It was very obvious that there was nothing that they could do. But the clock just ran down, and it's so sad because you got 2 judges sat there and they just did nothing. And it was really quite sad to see, because I think that, CCG Benji Fam says it best here. Guja player on the right side did not have any playable/relevant cards to play and wasted approximately 2.5 minutes out of the last 3.5 minutes only playing 1 card, causing game 2 not being able to end and winning the match 1-0. And then has a screenshot to the rules here about the plays unreasonably slow, blah, 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 blah. Time management is very important. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, so I haven't read in to see if the player question has replied. It doesn't really matter. The fact is it was a slow play, and I think the judges were sort of sleeping on that, which is unfortunate. But I did also get to see, on a brighter note, the finals. Now, if you haven't seen the finals, the Masters finals of EUIC, you have to watch it. It was an absolute nail biter. Now, I think being there does make a big difference. I didn't think that was the case, but now that I've been there, I can absolutely say for sure that it does make a massive difference to how hype it is. Really good games. Tord Redcliffe and the winner, Mr. Slemensky. Something like that. Do you know what? We can just check it. Alex Shemansky. Alex Shemansky. So well done to Alex Shemansky. 3rd place Mew. I'll be looking at that later. Anyway, so yeah, really good games. Great fun. It was really fun to be back into a major Pokemon competition. I've sort of, got got the taste a little bit for it. Hello. Oh, my cat's just come in. Should we get you up on the old screen? Come here, because you're going to go behind the computer. I don't want you behind there. Hello, there he is. Hello. Do you want to say hello to the internet? Hello. Yeah. Right, off you go. Rascal. Yeah, good games all round. Thank you to anyone who I met at EUIC. Do leave a comment. Spread this video around. Oh, he's on the thing now. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to end this video now before it gets ended for me. So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you again next time. Cheers. Ah! Okay, I can't end it because what's he done? He's broken. Have you broken the mouse? Ow! Go on. What bugger? Oh.